Well, hello Leeds United fans. Unfortunately, the weather has left. We no longer have luscious sun rays beaming down onto our pale skins. No, it has gone. It's overcast, it's rainy, it's dismal, and we're back with some more Leeds United news. And Connor, why are you reporting in a Tesco car park? Well, let me just tell you that I don't normally do this. Normally it's luscious settings. We may be in Harrogate, Knaresborough, we might be in York, we might be somewhere else, maybe Seville, Bilbao, who knows? But today we're in Tesco car park because this is what I do for you guys. It's the grind, and I'm all about the grind. And don't worry, we're going to be back with your studio settings. We're going to be back with some more official news very, very soon, I'm sure of that. But if you haven't checked the Nancy Froston interview out the other day, make sure you do. So if you haven't, you are daft. It is an hour of quality content. Right, okay, but I'm excited. Can you tell I've got a little bit of a buzz about me? Max Ferber, according to several Austrian publications this morning, the man might be staying with Leeds. Now, this gets me going. It really does. Now, listen, I know a lot of Leeds fans will absolutely hate Max Ferber. They won't like him, blah, blah, blah. He essentially said that Leeds United are going to have me. That's it. I'm going to stick with them. He was there doing all the interviews at the start of the season. He bailed on us. Not great, side before self and all that, but it is modern football, everybody. We've all got to get used to that. It is quite archaic. Some of our mentalities of, you know, when it goes to loyalty and all this sort of stuff. We are a second division club. We are not in this sort of realm anymore of your David Batty's, your Lucas Radaby's, your Billy Bremner's. It doesn't happen anymore, really, unfortunately. So we do have to get used to this stratosphere of players who just leave when you know, higher potentials come to the fore. But Max Ferber, according to several Austrian sources this morning, is not going to be going back to Borussia Mönchengladbach. They haven't been able to find an agreement with Leeds, and he will, as of right now, be coming back to Leeds United. Now, why is that good? Well, it gives Leeds a free hit. You know, if they're able to keep hold of Max Ferber for a season, we know, I mean, he's playing with Austria under Rangnick at this moment in time, who, by the way, if England come up against them in the semi-finals, they're going to batter us. They are playing some absolutely incredible football, luscious, passing out from the back. It's almost completely scripted, Bielsa-esque, but in such a methodical, unbelievable way, which is just breaking down top teams like the Netherlands. Austria have been fantastic so far. They were unlucky to lose to France, and ironically, it was Mr. Verb that put the ball in the back of the net. However, you know, for a player to be on that high, for a player potentially to come back from the Euros with Austria's highest ever finish in terms of their progression through the tournament, and to come back to Leeds United in the Championship because there's not been an offer that's worthwhile. You know, we haven't seen anything of which we think, wow, okay, that's an offer of which we're going to part ways with him. You miss out on Rodon and you keep Ferber. I mean, there is a huge argument that's an upgrade. There's a huge argument. I'm not saying it is, but we can have a conversation about that being an upgrade. We really can. So that, you know, there's the versatility there as well. We bought him essentially as a little bit of a left back as well. Initially, he wasn't brought in as a centre back, if we remember back to that month. Very exciting stuff. Very exciting news when it comes to Ferber. Listen, I'm happy. Bygones be bygones. If we're getting back in, yada yada, whatever, we're able to stave off this interest. I think Daniel Farke's got a player there who initially, when he came in, he wanted to keep hold of. Ferber sort of pulled the rug from underneath him, we know that, but it'd be a top addition. It'd be a top addition at this level. Now, the second bit of news, which has excited me today as well, is Illan Meslier. Now, apparently, De Zerbi is a massive fan. Now, I know suddenly what everybody's going to be saying, well, if De Zerbi likes him, Farke should like him. We know with Mr. Illan Meslier exactly what we're going to get. Week in, week out. We know what we're going to get with him. We're going to get a man who isn't really dependable. We're going to get a guy who, shot stopping wise, is, you know, is okay, is half decent. But we're going to get a guy who really, on the, you know, consistently really isn't that good and isn't good enough in general for Leeds United. And especially if we're looking forward to the Premier League. If we're looking forward to the Premier League, it's not good enough. We know that because we've seen Ilan Mele in the Premier League. I don't care how young he is. He's had more games than so many keepers at his age. You know, he's been playing every single game, it feels like, for 4 or 5 seasons. So listen, Ilan Mele, Marseille, apparently, according to 2 sources in France today, and hopefully no smoke without fire, he's going to be going, or he's been looked at by Marseille, which is very, very exciting. It's a massive move for him. He would 100% be going out there. And if Leeds are able to get some capital, this is what I was talking about, everybody. When his stock is high, they're looking at him and thinking he's kept 19 clean sheets. He's kept 19 clean sheets. He's French. He's still young. There's still a lot of development there. He's playing in the Championship. What on earth is going on? Why is he playing in the Championship? How are we enabling this to happen? Leeds United have a real opportunity here to cash in, and cash in big, from Marseille, you know, with De Zerbi. And that could be something. That really, really could be something that gets all of our juices flowing, because if we're able to sell this guy for a decent fee, as I've just mentioned, stocks high, young, De Zerbi going into a fresh club and thinking to himself, right, I need to make a little bit of an impact here. Who could be a bit of a statement signing to start it off with? Could it be Ilan Mele? Who knows? But it is a player who is capable of playing the ball out from the back. Would it be better with better players, better defenders for Ilan Mele? I don't know. That might be a development that Ilan Mele might think, do you know what? I need that. And De Zerbi might think, do you know what? He needs that. We know De Zerbi's an excellent coach. And it's a big tick, a huge tick for Ilan Mele that De Zerbi might have the faith in him. Now, this is Foot Mercato. It's a decent publication out in France as well. And if De Zerbi's putting his faith in someone like Ilan Mele, then, you know, fair play to the young Frenchman. But, you know, it's crazy because you're looking at it and saying he's not good enough for Leeds United. He's just not good enough. And what I don't want to happen now is this revisionism. If this starts to become a thing, if this starts to become a wave, what we can't do as Leeds fans now is have this revisionism and say to ourselves, oh, well, he was always good enough and, you know, you were negative and all this sort of stuff, wanted to let him go. This hasn't been the case, has it? But listen, this is exactly what I'm talking about. This is exactly what we need. Stock is high, sell. Bamford's stock was high in Jan, should have sold. Harrison's stock was high. When Leicester came in, we didn't sell. Rafinha should have gone to Chelsea for 60 million quid, but he wanted to go to Barcelona. Sentiment FC, we dealt with Deco, we gave Rafinha that little prize and sold him for, what, 40 odd million quid. Shouldn't have done that. We're now a ruthless business. When these players' stocks are high, we have to get rid of them, everybody. And Ilan Mele right now, he's not going to get any better at Leeds United. He might do it at Marseille, but he's not going to get any better at Leeds United, in my personal opinion. Listen, if we can do that for a good fee, Marseille, De Zerbi, what a selling pitch. Mele will 100% go. His home country. You know, is he ever going to get a better move than that massive club? Marseille, that's not to diminish Leeds United, of course it's not, but look at the differences in where we are and where they are. De Zerbi as well. Listen, publications in France and publications in Austria are giving me some good news today. Everybody, let me know what you think in the comment section below. Like, comment and subscribe, and I'll see you in a bit.